Hello and welcome to another Easy Digital's tutorial. Today we're doing a tutorial on the grunge template, and you can purchase the grunge template or any of our templates at easydigitals.com, and you just click on the shopping link. Alright, we're going to go ahead and close this window. Now here I have my template up. This is what it looks like when you first open it, and today we're going to change this template to look like one of our samples, which is this senior template. So this will allow us to go over a lot of the different things that you can change in the template. Alright, I'm moving that back out of the way. Now I want to go over some of the things in the template, some of these layers. We have our text layers, which can be changed to anything, and the color and the fonts can be changed. Our dark edge, I'm going to turn these off so you can see them. We have our color grunge, which doesn't show up as much when it's red, but you can see it with some other looks. We have our grunge frame. We have our shadowed frame. And we have our backgrounds, which has the linear, the brushed metal, which looks totally awesome with like action photos. There's the linear red. We have a black, and we have a black circular. And we also have some adjustment layers on the red so that you can change these to, let me cancel this. You first have to turn it on, then you double click, and you can change this background to any color just by moving this slider. And let's say you have it on red and you want it to be a darker red or lighter red. You can just slide this darker or lighter up and down. And that applies to both of the red, the circular and the linear. And we also have a color adjustment on the color grunge, which is right here. And you have to turn it on, and then you can change the color of the grunge. And I'm going to turn that back off. Okay, we're going to get started with our template. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is my photo that I want to pull in. So I'm going to drag it over, and I'm going to take the corner and shift and drag it out to make it bigger. Let's say I'm just going to do a picture with just this one photo starting out, just so you can see how that works. You can also turn these off if you don't want the words on. But let's go ahead and change this just so you can see how it's changed. I'm clicking on my type tool, and I'm just going to change this to 2008. And I'm going to come back to my move tool. I'm going to wait until this gets into like a quarter circle over here in the corner. I'm just going to angle it, bring it up. And you can also come over to your type tool and you can reduce the size, or you can, if you have an older version, you can just down arrow or type in a number here. You can also increase or decrease spacing and the up and down spacing if you have two lines. Okay, so let's say this is the photo I want to work with right now, and press enter. Now I want to add a little bit of a shadow to this to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to double click on this, keep an eye on this area right over here. Now I'm going to add a drop shadow, and I'm going to increase the size. So as you can see, I'm getting a little bit of a shadow there. And then I'm going to click OK. Let's say I decide I want to change this to black and white. I can click on this adjustment layer, arrow up, and black and white. And then I'm just going to say OK. And now my photo is black and white, which be you need to click on this, right click, and create clipping mask so that it just has just this photo and not the entire project. Now I'm going to arrow this down because I didn't exactly put it in the right spot starting out, so I'm going to press Control and my left bracket and arrow this down to where it says your photo here. But I also need to move my black and white down. I should have moved them together, but there's always a fix with Photoshop. Right click, create clipping mask. Alright, now I'm going to turn this back. We're going to go back to just a reminder of what we're working towards, which is this. Alright, now to get this to have that kind of cool overlay look, there's a couple ways you can accomplish this. And for me, the easiest way is to just change it to overlay mode. I want to turn on my silver. Okay, I'm going to turn on my silver here. So this is a quick way to accomplish this. Another thing you can do is keep it on normal, double click the layer, and reduce the opacity. As you can watch here, as I reduce the opacity, you can see through. So that's two ways that you can accomplish that. And I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. And it just kind of gives it a brushed, you can see the brushed metal behind, and it gives it more of a sketched look. Next, we're going to bring in our other photo. So I'm just going to drag this in, size it, and rotate it. Just want to adjust it to get it to how you want it. Press enter, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to say senior, bigger. And press enter. Okay, now to make it look like our other picture, we're also going to make some adjustments to this grunge frame. The grunge frame comes with a couple of additional layers. It has the stripes diagonal, which you can see I just turned on, so it adds a stripes on here for a little bit more. You can turn that on and off. And we also have a denim look, which you can turn on for the grunge frame. And that just adds another little bit of dimension to that. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And I'm going to come to my grunge frame. Okay, now the way that we got the grunge frame to change colors, and the way that we can get it to look a lot of different ways, is through these blending options. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on my control key and arrow down as it shows all the different looks you can get. This dark look, and screen is what we had. I'm just going to keep going, but screen is what we had, what our goal is for this tutorial. There we go. And we can also come up to this that says dark edges, and I've added a color overlay on that, so it can be white, or you can just turn it off, which is what we have done for this one. But if you want a softer one, you can make that white. Okay, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Now we still have our red, which we could change to a different color, or we can, as our example, make it blend in and more neutral. For the look that we're going for, we're just going to turn that off. Okay, that sums up what we were going to go over with this tutorial. If you have any questions about any of the examples that you see on our site, and you want to know how they're accomplished, if you have questions, fill out our comment form on easydigitals.com, and we'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.